Recent quarters have shown a strong growth as higher metal prices and volume from new and expanding streams lifted gold's production roughly 22% year over year. For more on this, we're joined by Shiraz Ahmed, CEO of Sartorial Wealth. Shiraz, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great to be here.
All right, let's get in. I guess, do you want to get right into the stocks?
Sure,
or anything else catching your eye right now?
Not necessarily. I'm happy to chat more about the stocks.
Okay, well, let's do it then. First up, Wheaton Precious Metals.
Yes, it's a name that we like. We've owned it off and on for several years. It's part of our Sartorial Opportunities model, which is really a quantitative-driven momentum model. And at the moment, we're seeing strong positive momentum in the metal space, other than a little bit of a hiccup earlier in October. But other than that, it's been a strong performer, lots of free cash. And we like it as a way to be able to play both gold and silver.
And what are some of the things you're looking at that give it that momentum that you're liking?
Well, right now, the major variable is obviously price momentum, but obviously volatility as well. We want to see, is it worth the risk that we're actually seeing in the actual security itself? So over the last little bit, it's been positive. So it's been a position that we've been participating in. And
the price, I guess, is tied into gold, obviously, and the metals. And any concerns where it's going right now?
Well, we try to not make too much of a macro prediction on where we think the metals are going to go. Right now, the momentum is positive. I do think that, if you look at what's been happening over the metal in the last year, specifically gold, silver is kind of a quasi-industrial metal, but gold specifically is really the ultimate vote of no confidence in sort of administrations around the world. So right now, you're seeing that investors are thinking that gold is a safe haven asset. We want to park money there. And our way of participating in that is with Wheaton Precious Metals and a few other securities.
Okay, and Wheaton's all around the world?
Yes, they operate all over. I think they're pretty much on every continent, if memory serves me well. So they have streaming that comes from mines literally all over the world.
Any concerns with some of the mines, where they are, locations, things like that?
Not so much from Wheaton's side. So I think that's really why we play it through Wheaton versus going to one of the actual mining companies themselves, because then you're taking sort of geopolitical risk, you're taking mining risk, even financial risk, frankly, on a lot of that. Versus playing with the streamers, you actually can get just really sort of a leverage play on the actual metal itself.
Without having to go deep, without having to dig into it.
Absolutely.
And so that keeps it. What's it been like for them? What's some of their numbers, or some of the things that really caught your eye with the stream?
So really, again, we're more of a quantitative momentum-based advisor and portfolio manager. So right now, it's just quite literally been the price movement has been going in the right direction.
And that's enough.
And that's enough for us to participate in. We're in there right now. We may not be in there in the not too distant future. We kind of jump in and out, but Wheaton's been a name, and also another one, Franco-Nevada, that I've talked about recently as well. We've been in and out of them several times over the last few years.
And how long do you stay in for?
It depends.
It depends, but...
So if the momentum stays positive, we could be in there for quite a while. I mean, we've had positions in gold overall, I'd say on and off for majority of this year. So it's been in probably more of the year than not.
Okay, let's take a look at Walmart, going the opposite way.
Yes.
The classic bricks and mortar, but it's just rock solid, isn't it?
Absolutely. They've been a strong performer for quite a while. So if you're concerned about sort of, where the U.S. consumer is going, Walmart's actually a good way to play that. But if you look at, even just a few weeks ago, they had fantastic earnings. So coming off of the back of that, the recent CEO change as well was a little bit sort of choppy overall. But I think the market overall has seen this as a positive, and it's been a great performer for quite a while.
And what's some of the other things from it, the momentum that you're liking there?
So again, it's primarily price momentum. So that's kind of the major variable that we're looking at. But from a risk-adjusted return standpoint, it's been a pretty stable performer. So there's not a huge amount of volatility in the name, which is part of the reason why we like it relative to, let's say, a lot of other names out there.
And the price momentum, it's where's it going? Obviously it's going up. You're liking it, but
yes. So it's been going up pretty consistently, actually, for the last little while. So if you look at a chart for over the past year, it's been pretty much up towards the right, and that's kind of what we wanted to see. So overall, we've liked the name. There's been sort of periods of volatility in and out, but overall, we've been in there for majority of the year.
And is it at that price momentum the same when you decide to get out for that one too, or are there other factors when it comes to something like Walmart compared to metals?
So if there's a major sort of earnings miss, that will typically get priced into the actual securities price itself. So if you actually ask me if I have only one data point to actually really look at, I'm going to look at price, because it's the most all-encompassing data of anything out there. And the more recent the data, the more relevant it would be in the overall momentum. So it's a name that we like, and right now it's going in the right direction.
People at this time always turning to Walmart price point, right? It's such a huge factor for them.
Absolutely.
ABB, a Swiss industrial and technology company.
Yeah, so this is number one, a way for us to get some more international exposure in our opportunity strategy. But in addition to that, it's sort of a quasi play on sort of the AI story as well. They're into the whole electrification of a lot of the data centers and whatnot out there as well. Also just kind of mainstream industrial automation. So it's a name that we like. We've participated in it. It's actually pretty decent weighting right now, a little over 10% in our model. So it's a name that we like. And again, we're seeing that positive momentum going into it. It's a bit of an offshoot off of the overall AI story. But again, I think only about 7% of the overall revenues are related to AI.
And with the AI, is this where you like to be? Is kind of on that edge there with companies like this?
Yeah. So if you take a step back and look at sort of the old gold rush analogy, right? Do you want to be in trying to get the gold, or do you want to in the mine, or do you want to be selling the picks and shovels, right? Yeah. So we like the picks and shovels, and if you look at this is sort of our way of playing that.
And ABB been around a long time.
Absolutely, and they're operating all over the world as well. So and they like to sort of source their energy local and sell it local as well. And again, with their whole electrification story, it's a name that we like.
And you see what are your thoughts on AI, the momentum with it?
So this is the billion or trillion dollar question, right?
I'm going to put you on the spot for a sec.
It's hard to say which way it's going to go. I don't think the story is over, but could we see some volatility? Absolutely. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. But if you look at where we are, even just 18 months ago, with any of the LLMs that are out there, it was basically not even close to where it is today. So I think there's still a lot more legs left in it, but I don't think it's going to be a straight up ride. I think we're in for some volatility. But
still, you'll stay on the parameters with it when it.
Yeah. So with that, the Nvidias of the world, some of the chip manufacturers, we like to play in the peripheries because again, I think the obvious winners and losers are going to be very difficult to predict. So if you fast forward 10 years from now, what are going to be the obvious names that are going to be there? I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you that some of their chip providers and also sort of the peripheries will likely do well.
And what other sectors do you look at within that?
So again, there's the industrial automation is something that we do like as well. We also like the semiconductors are a place that we have been playing. So those are kind of our main ways of playing it over the last little bit. Okay.
And any others standing out with like some of the ABB that?
Not necessarily off the top of my head. Like recently, we bought in and out of Nvidia, obviously, like most people recently, and we've also been playing sort of BABA a little bit over the last little while. So that's been an interesting name that we've liked as a way to get into sort of the Chinese market.